chavales, bienvenidos a mi vídeo. Estamos aquí en una partida de What Remains of Edith Finch. Y en el episodio anterior nos convertimos en gato, lechuza, tiburón y serpiente. Una animalada.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Vale,
You would have,
historias.
but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Molly. Entonces la gatita es Molly. Buah. Bien. Vamos
I spent a
suponiendo.
lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
De bisabuela Edie. La
We got
bisabuela.
along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told
Escondí.
people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Matadores, ven.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Ah, mira.
Her room was like a museum.
¿Qué es esto?
For 500 years,
Oh.
the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Todo. Ah, mira,
Odin
qué
Finch
triste.
buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
La maldición.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Vale, 12 metros.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Muy bien.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Un nuevo hogar. Bueno, pues ya está. Pues vale.
Whatever's wrong with this family,
Odin.
it goes back a long ways.
Pues han quedado un montón. Sam, Calvin, Eddie, Bárbara, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Lewis. Un montón de gente. Guardando. Estamos guardando. Ahora, ¿por dónde vamos? Ah, mira, películas.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Vale. Ah, mira. 1937. Aben Finch. 1937. 1937.
Even in her 90s.
¿Vale?
Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
¿Hay alguien ahí? Oh, no hay nadie. Qué pena. Me subo el váter, ¿eh? ¡Vamos! Ese es de bathroom. Ah, vale. Los secretos de del baño.
There's a secret in this
Huh.
bathroom.
Los secretos en
It's
este
in the
baño.
last
¡Oh!
place you would look.
La segura.
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
No, que quiero revisar el baño. Maldita sea. Vale.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Es que no sé nada del juego, que no sé lo que va a pasar ahí al fondo. Vale, vamos ya. ¿Quién hay ahí? Uy. ¿Qué caballero está ahí? ¡Oh! La sillita. ¿Quién es? Vale, tampoco no te pases, tampoco te pases. Sube. Calvin. Pues sube, hija. ¿verdad? ¿Qué rata? ¿Qué rata? Oh, tengo una cuerda. No me puedo agachar. Pero bueno. Tengo una idea. Paso por aquí. Ahora. Me agacho. ¡No! No ha pasado nada. No me puedo tocar ningún... ¡No! Yo no soy la luna. Digo... Todo el... ¿cómo se dice? El sistema solar. Pero faltan muchos planetas. Así que no lo veo completito.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
¿Un hermano gemelo? Ah, genial, menos mal.
And that he never talked about him.
Pero antes... No. Ah, mira, por aquí yo tengo otra escalera. El sistema... ¿Uy? ¡Camita! Joder, yo quiero tirarme de la cama. Eso sería súper guay, así guapium. Pero bueno, no sé caso. A que molaría tener... Es como un parquecito.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Como mi madre. ¿Calvin? Calvin está calvo. Pues es que lo dice hasta él. Le dice hasta su nombre.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind,
Mira, nos
that was
convertimos
it.
en el personaje. Mira, nos falta un zapato. ¡Me columpio! Ah, que estoy escayolado. No hay una manera de hacerlo más rápido. Ya. Sin ver el pie del Calvin que está calvo.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Seguro que hay una manera de ir. Más. No me puedo bajar. El pie de este niño, el pie del Calvin. ¡Ya, déjame bajar! Ay. Dios mío, esto es más difícil que yo que sé. Que no me puedo bajar. ¡Ayuda! Walter o Hannah, lo que sea. Me quiero bajar del maldito columpio. ¡Ah! ¿Pero por qué no me puedo bajar? Vale, le voy a partir el pie otra vez, tío, a este niñato. Dios mío. ¿Pero por qué no me puedo bajar? Oh, tío, bájate, por favor. ¿Hay una manera? Dios mío. Pero ¿cómo se baja el maldito columpio? ¿Pero por qué? Ay, tío, estoy mirando algo, pero no sé qué... ¿Me estoy mirando? A ver, a lo mejor tengo que parar. De columpiarme. Por favor. Voy a parar. Por favor. Por favor, quiero soltarme. Por favor. Este juego está mal hecho. ¡Oh! ¡Claro, es así!
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again.
Es que es
And
así.
he wasn't.
Mira sea, chaval.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Quiso volar. Chaval, que estamos locos. Mejor, así muere. Voy. Vas a morir,
But that
hijo.
day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Te vas a morir. ¿No? Tú sabrás lo que estás haciendo. Creo que vas a tener todos los huesos rotos algún día.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Dios mío. Muérete ya, hijo.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
¿Este que tenía está loco?
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Dios mío.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Dios mío. Mamá, ayúdame. Una vuelta.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Ha volado.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Cada uno tiene una historia, que está muy chulo que cada uno tiene una historia.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Después del funeral, Eddie hasta 1968. 8 años. Abre. No se puede abrir. Estoy todo gorda, ¿no? Estoy todo gorda. Uf.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Muy bien. Ah, mira, un pasadito secreto. El diario, o lo que sea. Ah, vale. Una mariposa. Ya. Uy, no. Ya. Dios mío. ¿Una calabaza? ¿Una calabaza?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Una calabaza. Milton. Bárbara. ¡Oh, el cuarto de
Growing
Bárbara!
up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Una estrella infantil.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Fue para ella. Barb ST. Vale. No. No. Bigfoot, Barbara Finch. ¿En serio que no hay nada que mirar? Bárbara, tía, no me desespere. Ah, sí, vale, menos mal. Uf.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Uf. No quiero. No, tío, yo no quiero estar ahí.
Oh, Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
No pase
As
la
a
página.
child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Por su
Now
grito.
at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Apagada.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she
No vale
wound the
respirar.
key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Uy, Dios mío. Uy, tío, aquí esto para pegar. No me voy aquí ni en broma.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Dios mío, esto cómo me gusta. Me temo lo peor.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Su tía del pueblo. ¡Te meto! ¡Oh, tío!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious.
Huh?
All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. later.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Pero yo, ¿por qué tengo que subir? Es que... A la escalera, creo. Venga, por la escalera.
Walter, are you there?
¡Tu tía! ¡Tu tía!
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Uy.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
¡Te meto!
And he was. He
¿Pero yo por qué tengo que jugar?
have Barbara.
Ah.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
¿Te salió? ¡Ah!
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Pues es que yo no puedo... Yo creo que tengo... ¿Por qué?
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Pero... ¿Pero qué hago?
Molly's
Va,
door
va, va.
hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
¡Te meto! ¡Toma!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Te bajo la escalera, ¿eh? No, te bajo la escalera. Bajando la escalera. Bajo, ¿eh? Vale, venga, bajo. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué pasa si te meto una peatada en las pelotitas? A ver, caballero.
The hookman had vanished. She listened
Yes.
for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong. Ding dong. Ding dong. Ah, la puerta está aquí. Vale, nada más que venga alguien, lo meto.
Someone
Que
at
sí,
the
que sí.
door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering.
¿Y quién es?
It was coming from inside the
Es el
house.
caballero. Uy,
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
¿y el hombre ese que le
She
metió?
saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
Magnífica.
Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Heh.
He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
No vuelvo a dormir en mi vida, chaval. Yo no vuelvo a
Edie
dormir
told
en
me
mi
all
vida.
Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Sí, seguro, un final feliz. Una oreja. Sí, un final feliz, seguro, una oreja. Bueno, chicos, por aquí vamos a dejar este episodio. Una orejita. Pero por aquí vamos a dejar este episodio. Dale like, comentar, sobre todo suscribiros. Nadie me va a quitar la oreja si no le meto una patada. Así que, chao, chao.